Tonight, idling indefinitely. More than 200 employees from a local paper mill won't be returning to work after financial troubles due to COVID-19.
Plus, on to the next phase. Minnesota restaurants will soon be welcoming customers indoors for dining, how they're preparing.
And some residents in Superior are calling for a local officer to turn in his badge. We'll explain why.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Another company is crumbling at the hands of coronavirus.
Verso announced today it will indefinitely idle its Duluth paper mill to make up for what the company called unprecedented market decline due to COVID-19. CBS3's John Cardinelli has the story tonight.
Verso officials say by the time the plant idles here by the end of the month, most of its 225 employees will be laid off. While they couldn't give us an official number, they did say that some of those employees will be able to stay on. This comes as the company reports printing and writing demands has dropped 38% over the last year. That includes a significant reduction in print advertising for the retail, sports, entertainment, and tourism industries. Officials say they will take this time to explore viable and sustainable alternatives for the mill. This includes restarting if market conditions improve, selling the mill, or closing permanently. Verso has been operating in Duluth since 1987 and produces about 270,000 tons of paper per year. Duluth Mayor Emily Larson says if the mill must close permanently, it will have an impact on all Duluth residents as the plant is an energy source that contributes to the electrical grid.
It brings in a lot of different elements that isn't just about the jobs that are lost. It's about, how that business was actually a consumer into a grid of water and utilities that other people have relied on to help keep costs low.
Mayor Larson says at this point, closure is not the conversation the city is having with Verso. She says the city is eager for them to come back and help them be successful by advocating for funding. And with nearly 225 people now without a job, that creates problems for a lot of families. And coming up tonight at 10, we hear about one resource who is reaching out to them, hoping to help them find a job.
All right, thanks, John. And meanwhile, starting tomorrow, Minnesotans can eat inside restaurants again, work out at the gym, and even go bowling. It's part of Governor Tim Walz's latest turn of the economic dial, allowing more businesses to reopen after being closed for months during the pandemic. CBS3's Leanne Valdez explains what changes you can expect.
Even though they haven't been able to serve customers like they used to, owner of OMC Smokehouse, Tom Hansen, has been busy the past couple of months.
And I've been working 7 days a week since the pandemic. I've taken no days off.
Getting everything in order for the day the restaurants could serve people inside again. When customers walk in Wednesday, they'll notice some changes.
But the OMC is doubling in size.
During the closure, Hansen decided to close down Noble Pour, his bar that opened right next door to OMC several months ago, and knock out the wall between the two, making more room for OMC.
Well, the overall impact of this is going to be just a more comfortable environment.
The restaurant will be following health guidelines. Hansen says his employees will wear masks, sanitize, and keep their distance from customers. Restaurants aren't the only ones able to open in a new way Wednesday. The way you exercise will be different too.
We've been looking forward to this day ever since the initial shutdown.
Impact Sports Training, a gym in Duluth's Lincoln Park neighborhood, has also made some changes, starting with the number of people allowed per class.
We wanted to make sure there was plenty of room to navigate the equipment safely and make sure people have a walkway that's nice and safe.
Under Governor Walz's orders, gyms are only allowed to operate at 25% capacity. But Impact Sports Training will actually start off with less.
We're initially going to start with 15 per class. And then we may upgrade from there.
The gym is also minimizing how much equipment people will use.
They'll come in, they'll go to their designated area. That equipment will remain in that box and only used by that person for the entire duration of the class.
Even with added changes, they're excited to see their clients again, face to face.
Getting the emotion from them and seeing them make progress is really what kind of fuels our passion for this.
There are a number of other Minnesota businesses able to open at a greater capacity starting tomorrow. We have a full breakdown on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. All right, let's check in on the weather now with Dave. Dave, warm outside of the Twin Ports, but cold inside.
Yeah, that's the way it rolled yesterday, too. Although inland, it wasn't quite as warm today. I'll show you the high temperatures that came in so far. Still a couple of hours of daylight left, but by the lake, just like Tony mentioned here, on the chillier side, about 50 to 70, 75 up the Gunflint a few miles. But if you take a look inland, we did run into the lower 80s in inland Minnesota and mid-80s, even upper 80s from Wisconsin into the upper peninsula. But cloud cover coming in with a couple of low-pressure systems will help take temperatures down and increase our rain chances. 100% chance for rain tonight because of a trio now of low-pressure systems. The one in northern Illinois coming into Wisconsin, that, of course, is the remnants of Tropical Storm Isabel. And then there are two standard low-pressure systems to the west, which will aid and abet the situation. And that's with the three of them together, then we get that 100% chance for rain later on tonight through early tomorrow morning, and then starting to slow down tomorrow. Out the door tomorrow, 90% chance for more rain. By the time you come back home from work, 30% chance for a few more showers. High temp only 63 degrees, so we're cooling down as we get all this rain. I'll talk about how much could fall coming up with a chart in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. A third funeral service for George Floyd was held at the Fountain of Praise Church in Houston today. Several dignitaries were in attendance, including Reverend Jesse Jackson and former Vice President Joe Biden, appearing via a video message. Floyd will be laid to rest next to his mother. Hundreds of people turned out to pay their respects to Floyd at a public viewing at the church yesterday afternoon. Memorial services were also held last Thursday in Minneapolis and on Saturday in North Carolina.
Protesters are calling for a Superior police officer involved in a controversial arrest and 2 officer-involved shootings to turn in his badge.
This group of about 10 gathered outside the Superior Police Department this afternoon. They're asking Officer George Gothner, a 20-year veteran of the department, to either step down or be removed from his role. The protesters say they aren't part of any organization, but just a group of people who don't agree with Gothner's actions.
Gothner was at the center of an excessive use of force investigation that stemmed from this arrest in January of 2014. Squad dash camera video shows Gothner arresting Natasha Lancour in front of Superior's Keyport Lounge. You can see Gothner drag Lancour to the hood of the car before slamming her down and punching her in the head with a closed fist.
Gothner claimed Lancour had struck and scratched his face. He was suspended for 10 hours without pay, but later cleared of wrongdoing. Lancour later sued the city of Superior, Gothner, and 2 other officers who witnessed the event. That suit was settled outside of court.
Gothner was also involved in 2 officer-involved shootings. In April 2004, Gothner shot Corey Isaacson after responding to a call about a man breaking windows on a house. Isaacson's injuries were not life-threatening, and the Superior District Attorney ruled Gothner acted appropriately.
Then in October of 2018, Gothner was also involved in the shooting of 19-year-old Joshua Farmer in Superior's Central Park neighborhood. Authorities say Farmer said he had a gun, wouldn't take his hands out of his pockets, and told officers that either he was going to die or they were. Officers eventually fired when they thought Farmer was reaching for his gun. He was hospitalized but later released. The case was handled by the Barron County District Attorney, who did not charge Gothner or the other officers. Today, those calling for Gothner to step down said enough is enough.
He's here to put the community in danger. He's not here to protect us. Our lives are more in danger by him than other people within this community that he's supposed to be protecting.
Meanwhile, Superior Police Chief Nicholas Alexander says they respect the right to protest. In a statement today, he said the Natasha Lancour incident is the one most frequently mentioned. Alexander says it was investigated outside the department at multiple levels. Superior Police also did their own internal investigation afterwards. Alexander said it found Gothner did violate department policy and he was disciplined. Alexander says the department has taken multiple steps towards more transparency, including adding body cameras. They've also focused training on de-escalation and sent many officers through crisis intervention training.
The Duluth Police Department has added a new furry face to its force. Meet Canine Veely. He just had his first patrol shift yesterday alongside his partner, Officer Josh Aubart. Canine Veely is a 1.5-year-old Belgian Malinois and German Shepherd mix. We'll hear from the duo and their extensive training coming up tonight at 10.
A state trooper was seriously hurt in a crash near Baxter this morning. Authorities say the trooper was driving a squad car on County Road 2. That's when a pickup truck coming the other way hit the trooper on the driver's side. The trooper was extricated and airlifted to a hospital. Authorities say his injuries are serious but non-life-threatening. The pickup truck driver was also hurt. State Patrol officials say the crash is under investigation.
After being closed for 2 months during the pandemic, Duluth's Glensheen Mansion is now welcoming visitors again. This historic site is reopening with a phased approach following health guidelines. To help with social distancing, the first phase will allow Glensheen members and those who pre-purchase tickets to visit the estate. It also includes a daily scavenger hunt. There's no date set for their second phase of reopening.
Still to come on Live, local CBS 3 repair work is underway after heavy rain caused 2 dams to break in Michigan and forced some residents out of their homes.
Today's high for Duluth was 72 degrees, a little bit warmer than normal. The range of highs went from roughly 52 right by the lake to 72 over the hill to 82 or so farther inland. Temperatures are going to come to a crashing halt in the 80s, that's for sure. 60s are coming. And of course, the reason why is that big rain system coming our way. Talk more about it after the break.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our fresh, boneless, skinless chicken breast for only $1.66 per pound and get 12 ounces of Sugardale bacon for just $2.99. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get California-grown red or green seedless grapes for just $1.88 per pound and ripe and ready avocados or mangoes for just 88 cents each. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Here's a crust too thick and cheesy not to eat in reverse. Keep it coming, buddy. That's right. Back it up. The one and only original stuffed crust, only from Pizza Hut. Just $11.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jenna Wells.
And we'll take a look at your weatherman's forecast and see how long those summer-like temperatures are going to last.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Start your day at 5 a.m. with Austin and Jenna on CBS 3.
We, the people, are crying out for change. CBS News digs deep into our history.
We all pledge allegiance to the flag, and we just want everyone to live by that pledge.
Shines a light on what's happening today and what we can all do to build from this moment.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Justice for All, a CBS News special with Gail King, tonight at 10/9 Central on CBS.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Now with 3 lows approaching, we're facing a flood watch for Wisconsin and Michigan overnight tonight through at least 4 o'clock in the morning. And for our area, that'll roughly run a stripe from, I'm thinking, Hayward into the Mellon region, reaching up towards places like Bismarck and Wakefield. That's where the heart of Christabel's remnants will go. That's where the most juice is. But the other 2 low-pressure systems will help with the lifting mechanism. So with 3 together, yeah, we've got a 100% chance for rain tonight, and it could last through tomorrow. Should wrap up early Thursday morning, and I'll show you a chart of how much we're going to get. Like I mentioned an hour ago here on the bright note here, if we get away without any flooding, well, this rain should really take care of that fire threat for a while. Current temperature at airport in Duluth, 60 degrees. Relative humidity, 72%. Easterly winds going 14 miles per hour. And temperature-wise, we've got it warmer inland, cooler by the lake. 79 to 81 in the Upper Peninsula at this moment. And close to 81 degrees down towards Hayward, but starting to cool down in Solon Springs to 70. 49 to 60 by the lake along the south shore, and we're looking at 49 to about 63 degrees along the north shore. Then another stripe of warmer temperatures from the Iron Ranges down towards Grand Rapids and into the Aiken region as well. McGregor's in there mix, and so is Floodwood. But then cooler as you get west of International Falls. That's where one of those low pressure systems is. Rain coming down, clouds up above, knocking out the sunshine, taking the temperatures down. And you know, temperatures will go down for everybody beginning tomorrow. We'll fall into the 60s after 80s and 90s the past couple of days, at least for some towns. Current picture here shows that some of Christabel is starting to reach some lighter showers into northern parts of Wisconsin and the UP. And one of the 2 low pressure systems from the west is again bringing precip in towards northwestern Minnesota. And give it a couple of hours, and the 3 of them will work in conjunction, yes, to bring that 100% rain chance tonight, falling to a 30% or so rain chance by tomorrow evening. So there's Christabel, first low, second low, on top of the one here. So 3 of them ganging up on us to bring us rain totals like this through early Thursday morning. I think a lot of Minnesota zones will run about a ½ inch to an inch, and that's much needed rain. In Wisconsin, 1 to 3 inches is possible there. And again, that stripe of 3 is most likely from Hayward towards Mellon to Ironwood. Forecast tonight in Minnesota. There's the 100% rain chance, and there's your low temps running from about 48 to 55. In Wisconsin and Michigan, you get a 100% rain chance as well with your low temps running 52 to 55. For tomorrow, daytime highs sure come down, 62 to 65 everywhere in Wisconsin and Michigan, with a 70% chance for that rain continuing, though the worst of it at this stage of the game could be over by 4 o'clock in the morning, or the heaviest of it, however you want to look at it. 60% chance in Minnesota tomorrow. Highs in the 50s by the lake, 58 to 65 farther inland. And with that tumble in temperatures, it looks like it will continue all the way through Sunday with high temps only in the 60s. But rain and clouds go away by probably Thursday afternoon, maybe some showers Thursday morning, then sunnier all the way through Sunday. Not overly warm, but we can smile and say 68's all right, huh, Tony? Then a little bit warmer next Monday and Tuesday with our next low pressure system, and another go-round with shower and storm chances.
Thanks, Dave. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is calling on the federal government for more help in Midland County.
Many homes there were destroyed after 2 dams broke last month, unleashing floodwater into the area. Recovery is going to take a while, but the governor says the communities can do it with help from Washington.
This was a scene after heavy rain in the central part of the state caused those 2 dams to fail. Right now, Midland County leaders say the damage has a price tag that's approaching $200 million. That's just for the properties.
Next week, Governor Whitmer says she's planning on sending a letter to President Donald Trump asking for a major disaster declaration to get more funding here for people who need it. Mackenzie Frost has the story.
We've seen the dramatic video, dams failing and breaching, leaving Wixom and Sanford Lakes dry and cracked. Now the damage is done. We tagged along with Governor Gretchen Whitmer for an exclusive visit with leaders along the barren Wixom Lake. She says she's looking to the federal government to help clean up.
A declaration helps us provide everything from crisis counseling services to individuals to debris removal and road repair, as well as opening up access to low-interest loans for homeowners and renters, businesses, farms, and nonprofits that have been impacted by this event.
The damage is widespread.
There's been a mourning period. We're
Still mourning a little bit, but we're ready to go forward.
Midland County Commission Chairman Mark Bone says the area is ready to pick up the pieces and move forward.
We're going to get through it, so it's going to take some federal money, take some state money, some private money, but we're ready to do it.
Whitmer here at Sanford Elementary School packing food boxes for community members because the flooding isn't the only issue she says she's worried about.
It's very clear that we've got a lot of well issues, not just in the immediate vicinity, but up the water table.
But Whitmer says restoration is the end goal for this area.
Michigan is launching an investigation into the failure of the dam. However, the dams were under state oversight. That sparked calls for an independent investigation.
Coming up in sports, a big honor for a UMD alum. Kelly has the details coming up next.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth. CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Keep scrolling. Order food. Skim headlines. Order shoes. Use AutoSend for flowers. Use AutoSend for birthdays. Don't go outside. Don't go outside. Don't leave the phone behind. No sync. Don't blink. Don't think. Don't ever let yourself feel this alive. Breathe. Ride.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And when we first released Plexiderm, our mission was to help people reduce the appearance of their wrinkles and under eye bags in minutes with a simple serum. After 2 years of reading thousands of reviews, I realized Plexiderm changes people on the inside. It improves their lives dramatically.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. I think it just exuded this confidence. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. I'm still using it.
The Plexiderm effect is more than shrinking under eye bags from view. It's more than getting rid of the appearance of crow's feet. It's more than saying goodbye to the look of those 11 lines between your eyes. The real effect of Plexiderm is self-confidence. It's going out to dinner or that special event feeling fantastic. It's knowing that you look and feel your best with your loved ones. So join us in 2020. Take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and look in the mirror and say, wow, I feel great.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside.
Take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and see real results. Guaranteed. Take action this July 4th and get up to 50% off the normal retail price. Plus, get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Here's the deal. Your mother and I have decided we're going to give you our van. That way you won't have to call for the bus.
Oh, that sure is nice of you, but no thanks.
You're kidding.
You're kidding. Arrowhead Transit. It works for us.
To set up your ride, simply call and tell the dispatcher where you need to be picked up, where you need to go, and when you need to get there. Call 800-862-0175.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
The NHL's Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy is an award presented to the player who displays the best qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to hockey. Well, if you've been paying close attention to the Minnesota Wild in goal this past season, you would know that Alex Stalock pretty much fits all those categories. Stalock has now been nominated for the award by the Professional Hockey Writers Association. Once primarily a backup, the UMD alum's playing time drastically increased from seasons past, and it proved to benefit the Wild greatly as well. The South St. Paul native posted a 20-11-4 record with a 2.67 goals against average and a 91 save percentage. He also had 4 shutouts in 38 games played. Stalock is just the 5th goaltender in franchise history to record 20 wins in a season.
It's kind of, like a team that came from a sluggish start, a start that a lot of people questioned how far down could this go, and we clawed our way back. And I think this, obviously, an individual being able to, it's, an honor to take it, but this is a team award that, for sure, with this group, the way we competed throughout the ups and, a lot of the downs we had to get our way back to contention was, I think, a big reason.
In Stalock's decade-long NHL career, he has worked tirelessly to prove himself as a starter, and now it's definitely paying it off.
As an athlete, you want to be as competitive as you can, the best you can be, and whether it's in that position where you get slotted as a backup guy or whatever they say before the season, during the season, any part of the season, it's a goal to play. And you want to play, obviously, as many minutes, as many games as you can, whether it's a centerman, a winger, a defenseman, a goalie. And obviously fortunate enough this year, I had a chance to play more games than a season in the past, or consecutive games, whatever it may be. And we played great when I was in there. It made it that much better to go and have success, play behind that group.
The winner of the award will be selected by a poll among the 31 chapters of the PHWA. As the calendar moves into the second week of June, baseball owners and players are continuing to talk about a shortened season due to the coronavirus outbreak. Late Monday morning, Major League Baseball made an updated proposal to its players' union, now proposing a 76-game season with players receiving 75% of their pro-rated salaries. That's the word from ESPN's Jeff Passan and Carl Ravik, citing a source familiar with the negotiations. The proposal would end the season no later than October 31st and also include a $200 million postseason pool for players as well. The playoffs would involve 10 teams with a format yet to be finalized. That's going to do it for sports at 6. We'll have more here back tonight at 10. Kristen and Tony, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Kelly. One more sports story before we go here. Argentinian athlete Sebastian Rossi has found an innovative way to continue his slalom canoeing training amid the ongoing coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah, the 28-year-old trains in his girlfriend's swimming pool with his canoe strapped to a pair of palm trees. Well, he paddles vigorously in the water. That's quite the setup. It's not ideal as he misses being out on the whitewater, but he says it's better than nothing. His eyes were firmly set on qualifying for the postponed 2020 Olympic Games in Japan, but that obviously did not happen.
Not a good day to be in the water if you're in the Twin Ports anyway. It's a little chilly here.
Yeah, a little bit chilly right by the lake, warmer inland, and with storms a-brewing here, who wants to be out canoeing?
Yes.
All right. Chance for rain tonight, 100% overnight. Devolves down towards a 40% chance by this time tomorrow evening, but in between, Minnesota could get a half-inch to an inch of rain. Wisconsin could run 1 to 3. Again, the 3 is most likely in a line from Hayward towards Ironwood. Be careful, folks, and luckily it's done by Thursday.
All right, thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here at 10.